In this video, we're going to be solving for y. This is when we're going to try and get it into y equals form to move everything up to the other side and leave y by itself. Right here I have a problem in standard form. I need to get y by itself. There's my y. Now what I'll do is I normally draw a dotted line to show me the equal sign to separate them. Well, the 3x is on the same side with the y. This is a positive 3x. To move it to the other side, I need to do the opposite, which is subtract 3x from each side. From here, these cancel because they make 0, and I get y equals 10 minus 3x. Now I can write it, these things don't go together because this is an x and this is just the units. You can write it like this, or y equals negative 3x plus 10. Now this is the way I prefer to write it. Now this number right here is your y-intercept, or we also know it as a b. This right here is the slope, which we use the letter m. That's because slope-intercept form is shown as y equals mx plus b. As you can see, that's where the numbers are as we write them. On the next problem, I would take this right now and I would pause the video. I would try and solve for y and see if you get the same answer I do. I draw a line, a dotted line right here at the y equals. Here is my y that I need to get by itself. I'll move the x over, so I will subtract x from each side. These make 0. Now don't forget you have a negative y. That's normally where the mistake happens. Equals, and I'm going to put negative x plus 6. Now y cannot be negative. Y has to be positive if we're putting it into slope-intercept form. That's the same as negative 1. So I'll divide each term by negative 1, and I get y equals x minus 6, because a negative divided by negative is a positive. Positive divided by negative is a negative. There it is in slope-intercept form. This number, there's my b, the y-intercept. Right here is my m, which is my slope. Well, some people say, oh, well, there is no number or it's 0. No, there's a 1 in front of it. The next one, if you notice, all of them are on the same side of the equation. I would take a minute and try and solve for y, and then see how you did. Again, I draw my dotted line right here to separate. Now you're either going to move the 2x or the negative 8 first, the minus 8, because there's the y. I'm going to add 8 to each side. You could have moved the x's over there. We will eventually. I get 2x plus 4y, these make 0, equals 8. I will subtract the 2x from each side, and I get 4y equals negative 2x plus 8. I need to get y by itself, so I will divide by 4, and I get y equals, now 2 over 4, that's negative 1/2 x plus 2. Right here, here is my y-intercept, 0, 2. This number right here is my slope. The next one, again, try and solve for y and pause it. I'm going to get my y by itself. I'm going to subtract 7x from each side. I get negative 6y equals negative 7x plus 6. I will divide by negative 6. I get y equals, a negative divided by negative is a positive 7/6, and that's a negative 1. Again, here is my y-intercept, and 7/6 is my slope. The next one I have is try and solve for y, pause it, and then come back and see how you did. Here's my y. I'm going to draw my dotted line. I'm going to subtract 7x from each side. I get 2y equals negative 7x plus 5. I divide by 2. I get y equals negative 7/2 x plus 5 over 2. You can write it like that. We could divide it and get the decimals, which is negative 3.5x plus 2.5. We could even leave the slope as a fraction, which I like to do in case we need to graph, and put the other one as a decimal. Okay, any one of those is acceptable. The very last one we have is this one right here. Pause the video and see how you do. I'm going to draw my dotted line. Here's my y. The 3x is over here on the same side. So I'm going to subtract 3x from each side. I get 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. I'm going to divide by 4. And I get y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. My slope and 0, 2 is my y-intercept.